Today's video, we're going to talk about Traffic Bot Pro for clicking competitors' ads on Google to get rid of them. Not that I'm advocating for doing it, but this is an informational video so you know what's out there. To click on your own ads, if you have a website that you're earning advertising revenue from, you can use this particular software hypothetically to click your own ads and boost your own advertising revenue. And then also, you can use this software to boost your SEO rankings in certain situations that I've personally seen where it will actually work. Namely, using and through Microsoft and not so much with Google. Okay, because Google's smarter than that, in other words. This software is a menace in the advertising space, in the Google Ads space. I've seen so many different markets where people are using this software or other software like it to click ads. And if you don't know what you're doing to block this type of click fraud, you are totally screwed. Your campaign's never going to work. It's never going to be profitable. Yes, your ads can run for real people, but they'll click your ads so many times that your ads just cannot be profitable anymore. And they actually are very clever about it though as well on top of it to make you not even think it's click fraud. And it's just Google sending you bad traffic, so it's like a psyop that they're playing on you basically at the end of the day, or in other words. I'm going to go into detail about this, how this software works. I've tested the software out myself to understand that this actually is possible to do. This is providing you more of an education as to what's out there so you can avoid it. Obviously, there's some situations where it's not so much, bad to use, but more gray. That is, using our SEO ranking purposes. You actually can make money from an SEO standpoint using this software. So with that said, this is a software that can absolutely destroy a competitor's ad campaign on Google Ads. Through artificial clicks, you can have the software set up. You just basically program it to go ahead and find a certain ad on Google Ads, click the ad. But what these people that are doing the click fraud are doing, they're very smart, and which there's so much money involved at this point in time that I'm not surprised at all that it happened. Anything that was so good, so easy to make money on and with, like Google Ads, had to have some big money come in and not make it so easy anymore. You got big lead sellers that'll come in on a market, click fraud everybody out, have their ad be the one that it makes any money, and then sell the leads back to the people they're click frauding. And they can make money in one niche and then plow that money back into another niche, dominate that niche market, another niche market, and in other cities. And if you're in a big money local service niche, this is almost guaranteed to happen to you, because those are the type of niches these big lead sellers are in. They'll click your ad with this using Traffic Bot Pro, and then what this does is it clicks your ad and then it gets to your site and then clicks around there somewhat. You can program moving the mouse around and everything else to mimic human behavior. It'll also mimic and avoid fingerprinting, so that it'll change user agents on the browser and so forth, so that it will trick Google into thinking each of these clicks are actually a legitimate person clicking on the ad. Now, my opinion is Google could actually police this a lot better, but in the process of policing it, they would actually weed out some of the good clicks that do come through, false positives, and they would actually lose revenue. So they'd rather just sweep the problem underneath the rug and let it happen, because they're basically making more money allowing it to happen than not allowing it to happen. Not from the standpoint of just making money off the clicks, making sure every real click is chargeable. But they also obviously make money on these false clicks as well. Ultimately, you would think, well, if there's so many clicks that are false, wouldn't that mean people would be willing to pay less per click, and then it would be a wash, and Google wouldn't be able to then necessarily make more money allowing click fraud like this? The reality is, I can tell you from firsthand experience, about 70% of people who advertise through Google Ads don't actually track their results. Or they try and it's not set up right. They aren't tracking how many calls they're getting, how many form fills they're getting, and as a result of that, if Google allows click fraud to happen, people don't even know it's happening, and they're gladly paying for a bunch of fake clicks. So at the end of the day, they are making money from it. Don't come at me, Google. I know this is your platform, but, I would love that the cost per click was higher and we're paying for real clicks. But it has to be said, you use this software, or nefarious people will use this software to click your ad to get rid of you, or make your ad unprofitable so you'll go away on your own. It'll get your site click around to mimic real user behavior, so it'll get through, because Google does have some process to get rid of fake clicks, but it's only going to get rid of a crude click fraud attempt, like where a competitor go click your ad 15 times. But then what they'll also do, okay, is they'll take the ad link. Now, I don't have proof of this because I've never physically seen it myself. It's a little hard to get proof of this. They'll take your ad link, the actual URL of the ad link so in other words, what you have on Google when there's an ad displayed, the target where you're taken to after clicking on that ad, they'll take that URL and they'll go on Facebook and they'll post something like, we're a home cleaning company looking for home cleaners. Home cleaners, you do not need to speak English. We're actually looking for people who can speak Spanish. Click here to apply. And that link will be your ad link. So you got people clicking through this link, getting to your website, calling, saying, I'm here to apply for such and such cleaning job. And it's in Spanish. You're like thinking, what the hell is going on? Why am I getting all these? It must be my ads that are not working and Google's giving me all this Spanish traffic or whatnot, because you don't know what they're saying in Spanish necessarily, because it's in Spanish. That's where the PSYOP part comes in. Their goal is to discourage you and trick you into thinking Google Ads doesn't work. Because if you knew it was a click fraud attempt against you, then you could do something to defuse the problem. The best attacks are attacks that you don't even know what the attack is, because there's no defense for something you don't know what's happening to you in the first place. So they'll add that last component in there so you just think Google doesn't work, versus trying to figure out how to get rid of click fraud, and it's very effective. In any big money niches where the cost per click is high, in any big money niche where the average cost per click is high and the average job value is high, these type of markets universally, and that is where anybody can do the work. There's lots of people that can do the work, therefore there's lots of people to sell the leads to. Those markets almost universally hammered by this type of click fraud that I'm talking about. And maybe not this last part is added in, but they're using software to get rid of people. Why? Because there's lead sellers. The lead sellers want to get rid of the competition. It brings down their cost per lead, and it opens up the market for their leads to begin with. If you're in any kind of niche like that, you almost for sure have this problem. And there's only one way to get rid of it. And most 99.9% of people don't even know what it is. Most people don't even know that they're getting hit with this type of click fraud. So they don't even know defend against it. 90% of people don't even realize it. And of the people who realize it, they have no clue what to do about it. If you do want to know what to do about it, you can reach out to me at my firm. I don't want to reveal what the counter defense to this is, because it'll become ineffective and the people doing the click fraud will just start working around the counter defense. But with that said, so that is having to do with click fraud on Google Ads. You could obviously use this type of software to click on ads, other places to run ads. Like if there was a certain website that you know somebody's running a banner ad and you wanted to drain someone's daily budget, you could click on that banner ad a bunch of times as well. Obviously, very few people care about doing that, mainly because someone running a banner ad on a website's running an ad on a bunch of other websites, and that ad on that website's not going to run frequently enough that they can not drain their budget that way. But if there was a ad that was running on a certain website and only that website, you could obviously drain someone's budget so that they never get to effectively have their ad show up for real people on those websites. So that's a second use case in terms of ad clicking, how people get rid of a competitor. If you own a website, like a blog or a forum or something like that, and then have Google AdSense on there so that you're having Google put ads on your website to share in the advertising revenue of the people that want to advertise on your website, at that point in time, you could actually, as the person who owns the website that wants more revenue from the ads that they have running from the AdSense that they're running on their website, or other ads that they're getting revenue from each click, you could program TrafficBot Pro to click on your ads and make it look like a human so that it'll trick Google or trick whoever that they're working with, whatever ad network they're working with, so that they get an unearned piece of the advertising revenue by providing no value to the end advertiser itself. And what typically people will do with this is, if you have real traffic coming to your website, let's say 100 visits a day to your website, you can add another 100 through fake clicks, and Google particularly when you switch user agents, you add fake mouse and scrolling on the websites, Google's not going to be able to pick that up, and there's no red flags that are going to be thrown up necessarily, because some of the people who click through your ads actually do go on to be buyers of those products and services, and they know it through the conversion tracking that they have set up through Google Analytics and so forth, so they'll get away with it. So there's a way to just like basically juice or step on. It's like someone selling illicit substances, and they step on it to make more money. They add baby powder in it. That's like what they're doing to their advertising to earn more from their advertisements on their websites. So naturally, if they went too high with it, then Google would be like, wait a second. Nobody who clicks on your ads buys anything. We may just ban you altogether. But I can tell you from firsthand experience that Google doesn't care very much. Okay, they're making money from this. A lot of websites have 90% of fake clicks, and they're still being able to run ads on their website successfully with AdSense, and Google does nothing about this. Even big websites like Forbes.com. It's gotten so bad that generally speaking on Google Display Network, unless you're doing remarketing or you're on a certain micro niche website that's key to your industry, that you know has a lot of real traffic on it, Google Display Network ads, running banner ads on these websites through Google Display Network is not going to be profitable because it has such a high percentage of bot clicks, you can't make it work anymore. It's actually been that way for a good 5-10 years now. Because you got so many people using TrafficBot Pro to fake click their ads and software like it made it unprofitable. Certain website owners who don't take part in this, you actually can make money advertising on just those websites, obviously, because you're getting in front of all real people. Websites have bot clicks on them. Sometimes you can't avoid it all, but I'm talking about legitimately trying to juice your advertising revenue by having software like this fake click through your ads. So that has to do with like clicking your own ads, TrafficBot Pro. Now, when we get into SEO, trying to rank organically certain websites, this actually I've personally witnessed. We've had clients that have tried this out in the past. It does actually rank websites pretty efficiently, as I've noticed, through Bing specifically. And I didn't see it myself, but Ask.com, DuckDuckGo, some of these like offshoot search engines, it would also work there to a certain degree as well if their algorithm's looking for click-through. Because naturally, what these search engines' number one goal is to recommend stuff that people actually want, so they'll come back and click come back to their search engine in the future. They measure that two primary ways. A, did the search result get clicked through? B, did the person who gets to the website bounce or not? Did they bounce? Did they come back to the search engine to click on something else? Because if they did, obviously that result did not provide the user what they were looking for, and therefore shouldn't rank it in the future. Or rank it higher, or rank it lower, or whatever. Which is where the TrafficBot Pro comes in handy to rank your website, because for the two main metrics that they're looking at, yes, they're looking at backlinks and all this other stuff, but if you have a lot of backlinks and you get ranked, and you have piss poor click-through and super high bounce rates, you're not going to stay ranked. You might as well just not even try, because they're also paying attention to that. And Bing doesn't have a sophisticated anti-fraud algorithms to weed out the fake traffic. Weird enough, Google, this does not work having fake clicks on your search results on Google to increase your ranking on Google, yet they cannot weed out fake clicks on the ads. Which naturally, it makes sense, because Google, they have no financial incentive to not weed it out on the organic, whereas on the ads, they do have financial incentive to not weed it out. So that proves right there they could weed it out altogether for the ads and the organic, in my opinion. But you could go ahead and try this obviously for yourself. It's not going to be easy if you're going to get it to work at all, clicking through your organic search results on Google and get your organic rankings to rise because of it. Even though Google's using this as one of their main ranking factors, that is click-through rate on your listings, it's obviously easy for Google to understand which clicks are fake and which ones are coming from this software, because most users now use Gmail, which means they have a Google account, which means with the software not having all of your users that are clicking through are not having a Google account, it's easy to tell which traffic's fake and which is not for the most part. Basically, they'll just check for anomalies. Okay, you were getting about 50 visits a day, now you're getting 75 all of a sudden. The algorithm picks up that that's an unnatural increase. They're all coming from coincidentally non-logged in users. Okay, well that's fake, parse it out. It's pretty easy if you are an engineer at Google to identify that kind of fake traffic and then ignore it. On Bing, they just don't have enough invested into their platform and into their algorithms to detect fake traffic like this, or they don't care. And so therefore you can get more rankings on Bing using the software. So which Bing is 15% of the search traffic out there. So if you get good rankings on Bing, you can have good business just from that. If you're in a more broader, larger market. And so, depending on what you're doing, you should first of all always be able to make ads work and be profitable. But if for some reason you couldn't, and you only had to get free traffic and that was the only way to make money, I would just focus 100% on Bing, send a bunch of crappy links at it, because it seems to work better on Bing versus Google for the same, they're able to, weed out bad quality links versus on Google or versus on Bing. And then I would be clicking on my own listings on Bing as well. So, and then get a lot more traffic on Bing just because I was able to throw some false metrics at the system, if you will, and got it to work. So anyway, for to be able to rank on Bing, it's much easier because you can do stuff that's like using this software that's almost free to do and use, versus on Google, you got to spend some real money to do some real stuff to send real users to your website, and so forth. So you may just want to try to rank your website on Bing. Even though with Google, there's plenty of cost-effective strategies to still rank on Google easily, even though it's a lot harder than it used to be. Optimizing your search result so you will legitimately get higher click-through rate by having better ad copywriting principles and making your website just convert better so that they legitimately just push it up because of that. And, of course, buying backlinks from real websites. There's plenty of news websites out there that you could buy a backlink from a sponsored article, and then bang, you have an actual backlink to the website that Google will value. That plus what I've seen work really well is setting up industry review sites and then driving traffic to the industry review sites from articles on mainstream websites, and then from the review sites then send traffic from there to your main website, and that ranks websites pretty good nowadays. Anyway, with that said, Traffic Bot Pro, I know this isn't a review of how to exactly do it. This tells you more so. This was about telling you guys that this stuff exists, what you could do with it, how people are using it, what they're using it for, where it's effective, where it's not, and so that if you're going to go ahead and go through the effort of learning how to use it, knowing that you're going to be not wasting your time. With that said, wrap it up with that. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel. Usually within 24 hours time. You can ask me any ad related question, or if you will, marketing related question that you'd like, and I'd be happy to try to answer it for you to my best of my abilities, just as a way of saying thank you for watching the channel and helping the channel grow. If you are going to pay attention to any source of information online that's going to help you to make millions of dollars running ads for your business, which is what this channel is about, you should pay attention to this channel and subscribe to it, as almost all of the information you're going to find elsewhere on the web and on YouTube about this topic is going to come from people who are not really running ads, and they're just trying to make money off of advertising revenue as a result, or selling courses, and they're getting information from other people who are then getting it from other people. You're not getting it from somebody who actually knows what's going on. That is, somebody who manages dozens of ad accounts and just focuses on the strategy of those accounts, not even doing the execution of the dirty work, but testing, finding out what works and what works on an ongoing basis, because it's always changing. This is what I do as my full-time job at my agency. That is, finding strategies that get results, and then on the channel I give it to you on a silver platter, what is working, what's not working, so you can use it. And so therefore, if you're going to subscribe to any channel to get to be able to make millions of dollars running ads for your business, this is the channel to subscribe to, and you should subscribe to it now as a result. As a side, if you like their channel, I also have a blog at guaranteedppc.com/blog, where you can also find step-by-step strategies from myself on how to make money with ads, with screenshots, with the whole shebang. If you like the channel and you find it useful, you should also check that out as well. If you do not want to do all the work that it takes to set up these strategies, which these strategies that do work are time consuming, takes a team a lot of times to put them together, this is what we do for clients at our ad agency. And if you want to see if you can work together with us and guarantee you results with these strategies and working on your campaigns, you can reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. We do not charge our clients fees until we can get you more profitability of your ads, more than what you have, and more in excess of what our management fees are. The only catch is we got to know we can get great results for your stuff before we agree to work with you as a client. But if you want to see if we can work together, you can reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com and be happy to try to look things over for you. I'll give you a free analysis and an 8-quarter projection of the results we can get for you if we can. Looks like we can get you some results. As a side, if you're not looking to work with an ad agency, we've got campaign templates that work for hundreds of different niche markets now. In the last 10 years of running Guaranteed PPC, I've worked in all these different markets. If we worked in your market, but in a different geographic area, you can literally cut out all the work that you need to do to get to results in your market by using the winning ads, winning landing pages, winning campaign templates in your market, and then just simply copy and paste what we have that does work to get a certain amount of results into your ad account and get the results with none of the time, money, and effort it took for us to figure out what works the best in your market. We can tell you the results we're getting in terms of cost per lead, ROI, ROAS, and then of course from that you'll know if there's value or not there. And of course for a one-time fee, we'll be able to sell you those templates and you can get turnkey results for your campaigns without all the work. If you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me at my firm at guaranteedppc.com. We've got people, by the way, using these templates to sell leads in a bunch of different markets, which is a great passive income business idea, by the way. We got people using these templates to start up just other businesses, such as e-commerce businesses being the main one. If you wanted to get into e-commerce, you're in services now, get a template to sell an item that we know sells an item at a certain profitable rate or amount, and you set that up to sell that product in a different country that our client's not currently operating in, and you get turnkey results out of it. If you're interested in any of those opportunities, you can also reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. See you later.